fabulous. Good day to you. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to the You Can't Make This Stuff Up podcast. I'm your host, Gonzo. I'm very happy that you tuned in. Thank you so much. Tell you a little bit about myself. I never wanted to do this. Not ever. Not ever. I'm very serious about that. I fought this for a long, long time. But recently I bought a really nice microphone setup, and I've got a laptop I hardly ever use, and I decided, you know what? Let's do something since we're locked in. It's freezing. It is 6 degrees out this morning. Sorry. Yesterday it was negative 6 degrees. That's how cold it was. It was so cold, I didn't want to go outside. I mean, I don't normally want to go outside, but that's not what we're talking about right now. But thank you so much for tuning in. I just, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. This is going to turn into a therapy session really quickly. I guarantee that. Hopefully not. Anyway, today I wanted to take a moment and do a couple shout outs to people that are really out there making a difference, to all the medical personnel out there doing anything, something, anything during this horrible, horrible pandemic. We have endured and endured and endured, and we've put up with some absolutely atrocious situations and conditions and staffing and no lunch. And one time, wanted to pee. I just wanted to pee. Just wanted to pee. Couldn't pee. Couldn't pee. Couldn't pee. Too busy. Too busy. Turns out they don't want you peeing in the OR. Yeah. I want to take a moment and shout out to all the medical personnel from housekeepers to the HVAC guys that keep the heat on, that keep the rooms moderately comfortable, to the surgeons, to the nurses, ICU nurses, specifically ICU nurses in the absolute front line of this pandemic. Those guys and girls are absolutely doing the Lord's work. I'd like to take a moment and shout out all the x-ray techs, respiratory techs, lab techs that are all doing their part to try and get us through this horrific pandemic. The ER, for God's sakes, the ER. Anybody who works in an ER right now, go ahead and be the worst person you could possibly be. You're still getting into heaven. It doesn't matter. Do what, punch a baby. I don't care. You're getting into heaven. Anybody who works in an ER, really, I mean, come on. You're dealing with the absolute worst situation we could have come up with, short of a mass casualty where everything happens all at once. At least that has the decency to only last one day. This pandemic, we're going on year 2.5 or so. Honestly, I've quit keeping track. It's too much. Anyways, is that a long enough shout out to all our medical personnel? Honestly, if I could, I would give each one of you a hug. Obviously, I'm not going to because, you know, the whole distance thing. For myself, I have been blessed to work in a fabulous department with some absolutely talented, beautiful givers that would, you know, when people say they give you the shirt off their back, it's an understatement. These people would give you their last pair of underwear, you know, their last good sock. You know, they would give you the one sock that didn't have a hole in it. And these are the kind of people, they would give you their shoes, you know, they hair ties. They would give you a hair tie. Very, very just dedicated professionals who do nothing but give and give and give. And it seems right now as if the public out there is just taking and taking and taking and then not taking any responsibility. So how do we fix it? I don't know. I know for myself, I'm staying indoors a lot. Thus the podcast. I'm staying indoors. I've created a little space for myself in the basement. I have a bar to my right, and I visit it rather often. So if there's going to be any real casualties during this pandemic, it's going to be our livers. But thank goodness that medically speaking, you can survive with 10% of your liver. So treat it like a muscle, work it out, make sure it has the resiliency you require to live with 10% of your liver. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. I just wanted to start out like this and say hi to everybody and kind of introduce what I'm going to do. From time to time, I will be making this podcast, and I will be giving you stories that you're not going to believe. This is ridiculous stuff that actually happened with a Gonzonian twist. I'll throw in the occasional, like, Jimi Hendrix once punched a baby. He never did, but it just adds a little ta-da to the story. All right, so don't worry. He's no longer with us. All babies are safe. It's fine. He was left-handed. He was going to miss anyways. It doesn't matter. Anyways, long story short, this is my idea for podcast. Hopefully I won't ramble on too long and I can edit the shit out of this. All right, so that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you very soon.